Hey guys, welcome back to the world of English exams. Have you seen what we are doing today? Yes, so we are back with yet another solved reading test video for you. This is going to be the second reading test from Cambridge IELTS 14 General Training book. And we have divided the test into three parts, and this is the first part. Stay tuned to our channel World of English Exams for the next two sections of this reading test. And in this part of the video, we are going to answer questions like which paragraph contains the following information, that is matching the information to the paragraph, and also true, false, not given. So these two question types are very frequently seen in the test, and we have come up with another test video also on our channel World of English Exams. So that is test 1 and this is test 2. So I'm giving the link for the first test in the description box below if you haven't known about it. So please do watch that video as well. Now let's get started with answering the first set of questions that belong to the second reading test from Cambridge IELTS 14 General Training book. So the first 7 questions from the test are belonging to the question type identifying the paragraph which contains the information, that is matching. So we are going to look at how to answer this. First, how to identify and what is the step-by-step method followed in order to answer these questions, and then we will go from one question to another and solve it. So are you ready to get started, guys? Fine. So this is what you will see in the second reading test in the Cambridge IELTS 14 book, and you can see that the instructions clearly mention which review mentions the following. So this is nothing but matching. So you need to immediately identify that, and if you look at the instructions also give you a suggestion to look at NB. So what is NB? NB means note beat. So note beat indicates that you may use any letter more than once. Can you read that, guys? Can you read what is given here? NB, you may use any letter more than once. Now this is a clue for all of us. It means that definitely one paragraph will contain two sets of information. So which paragraph is the one that contains two questions? We have to look into that. But at least one paragraph will be repeated twice. That is what is meant by NB. Just below that you can see 7 statements given to you. So now let's look at the process which you need to follow in order to answer these questions. So this is just a 3-step method, guys. The first step, read all the statements. So many of the test takers make it a difficult question type for them by not reading the statements at once. So what I mean by this is they go from one statement to another statement and read all the paragraphs. So don't you realize that that is a mistake, guys? Obviously. So what do you need to do? You need to read all the 7 statements. Then let's see what's the next step. Step 2, look for NB. So we have just discussed what NB is. And underline the keywords. So keywords are very important here because they are the ones which are going to give us the instructions about how to find it and where to locate it. So never neglect this step, guys. It is very, very important. Please understand that. And then you have the third and final step which says read each paragraph and match it. So first you need to read all the questions, then underline the keywords and look for NB. It is not compulsory that in every question type you will find NB, but if you find it, it means that one paragraph will contain 2 answers. So at least one paragraph will be repeated twice. Then the final thing is you're going to read the paragraphs one after the other and match it to the information. So this is as simple as this, guys. If you follow this protocol, I'm sure that everyone will get the right answers. So now without any further delay, let's see what the passage looks like, and then we will answer the questions one by one. Okay, guys, so now let's start answering the questions one after the other. But the first step goes to be reading all the statements. So now let's look at it. Liking the view from the bedroom window. So what is the first statement asking us to underline? liking the view from the window of the bedroom. So that means somebody is looking from the window of the bedroom and they are seriously admiring the view. They really like what they see. Then the second statement, finding the receptionists welcoming. So that means they really like the attitude of the receptionists, which is very much warm and welcoming. So the keywords here are receptionists and welcoming. Third statement, being pleased. Pleased is nothing but again satisfied, happy. So being pleased with the bedroom. So here it's not talking about any window or the view from the bedroom. It's just talking about the ambience of the bedroom itself. Then becoming confused when booking the room. So here the keywords are confused, booking a room. Fifth one, being impressed with the wide choice of food. So another pleasing factor is the choice of food. That means varieties of food that are available. Then staying in the hotel regularly. So the keywords are staying regularly. Then seventh one, finding it inconvenient. So inconvenient is nothing but something like uncomfortable, not very happy. So finding it inconvenient that the hotel was crowded. So the hotel was completely occupied and it was too stuffy. So somebody found it very inconvenient to stay there. So this is what you need to do, guys. You need to take at least 1 minute of time to do this analysis, and now you know that something is being spoken about rooms, bedrooms, and comfortable atmosphere, and what is the view from the bedroom window, and food choices and all that. This seems to me that we are now going to read something related to a hotel. So now let's follow this process for each of these questions, each of these statements, and see how you get the answers right and how you mark the keywords. First one, liking the view from the bedroom window. So as we previously discussed, the keywords are liking, view, bedroom window. So don't expect to find the exact words, but of course here what is important is the meaning. The meaning of this statement should be conveyed. Now let's read this. Paragraph C is what I am reading. We made our reservation by phone without problem, but when we arrived, the receptionist could not see it on the computer system. There is nothing about the room. Now let's continue reading. Luckily, that is fortunately, there was a room available. It wasn't quite what we would have chosen, but it was a pleasure to sit in it with a cup of tea and look at the swimmers and surfers. Can you see? Yes. So what the person is telling, that it was a pleasure. That means they really liked it to sit in it. So sit in the room with a cup of tea and look at the swimmers. That means through the window they are glancing at the swimmers and surfers in the sea. Can you understand that the meaning is matching? Hence, the paragraph which contains that information is C. The answer has to be written as C. So this is how you answer the first question from this test. Let's continue with the next question. Finding the receptionists welcoming. So here the keywords are receptionists and welcoming. Let's read this paragraph. My husband and I first stayed at the Wellington a few years ago, and we've returned every year since then. Nothing about receptionists so far. When we arrive and check in, we are always treated like old friends by the staff. See? So staff here is the synonym for receptionists. Staff who are working at the hotel is a receptionist. Okay. So then when we arrive and check in, we are always treated like old friends by the staff, and so we very much feel at home. Did you understand what the meaning of this means? It says that the receptionists or the people who are working at the front desk are quite welcoming, and they treat the guests so that they feel at home. So hence the answer for this statement is A. So the answer is A. Now let's proceed with the next question. Being pleased with the bedroom. Obviously the keywords will be pleased and bedroom. So pleased again means happy. Now let's see where the context of bedroom arises. The hotel hardly seems to have changed in the last 100 years, and we prefer that to many modern hotels which tend to look the same as each other. Did you find anything about bedroom so far? No. So let's continue reading that. The Wellington has character. Our room has very comfortable and quite spacious. So our room was very comfortable and spacious. Wonderful. So here it's talking about a room, and this is the context that we are looking for. Our room was very comfortable, quite spacious. So they are feeling very happy with the room that they got. Hence the answer for this is B. So this is how you select the right answer, guys. Proceeding on with the next question now. Becoming confused when booking a room. So the keywords are confused and booking. Let's read this paragraph, which is E. The staff all did their jobs efficiently, and we were very helpful when we asked for information about the area. So did you get anything that booking a room was very confusing? No, right? So let's continue reading. The only difficulty, now I think it's leading us to the answer. The only difficulty we had was making our reservation online. So here they are telling that booking or reservation, both of them are synonyms. So making our reservation online, it wasn't clear. So that means that they were confused, isn't it? So something which is not clear means that it is confusing. So it wasn't clear whether payment for our deposit went through or not, and I had to call the hotel to find out. So this is the confusion. Hence the answer lies in paragraph E. Again, I'm stressing on the point that you should not worry too much about matching the words, but you need to focus more on matching the meaning of what is conveyed through the statement. Let's continue with the next statement. Being impressed. Again, impressed means pleased, happy, contented. Okay, so being impressed with the wide choice of food. So the keywords are impressed and wide choice of food. Come on, let's read this paragraph. That is D. We'd be happy to stay at the Wellington again. Although there is nothing special about the room, the view from the lounge, guys, lounge is different from bedroom, so you should not confuse this with the other question. Okay, so the view from the lounge is lovely, and the restaurant, see, restaurant, something related to food. So the restaurant staff were friendly and efficient. Breakfast was a highlight. Can you see? This is talking about food. Breakfast was a highlight. There was so much on offer. So much on offer means lot of variety. So there was so much on offer, we could hardly decide on what to eat. So we would stay another time just for that. So these people were so impressed with the choice of food that they want to check into this hotel again just for the variety of food that they offered. So what is the answer for the fifth question? It is D. Let's continue with the next statement. Staying in the hotel regularly. So we have already read this paragraph, but once again, let's see. My husband and I first stayed at the Wellington a few years ago, and we have returned every year since then. So we have returned every year means staying at the hotel regularly. So clearly, what is the paragraph that contains this information? A. Have you noticed that this paragraph A has been previously repeated for one other answer? That is called NB. As I told you, one of the paragraphs or more than one paragraph will be repeated twice. That is the meaning of NB. Now let's see the last statement in this set of questions. Finding it inconvenient that the hotel was crowded. So here the keywords are inconvenient and crowded. Let's read that paragraph. The hotel hardly seems to have changed in the last 100 years. Remember, we have read this paragraph as well. Again, NB has to be satisfied. The hotel hardly seems to have changed in the last 100 years, and we uh, prefer that to many modern hotels which tend to look the same as each other. The Wellington has character. Our room was very comfortable and quite spacious. We strongly recommend the breakfast, though we had to wait. So, what is the inconvenience here? They had to wait for a table as the hotel was so full. That was a bit annoying. That was a bit annoying means again inconvenient. And there was also nowhere to sit in the lounge. Again, a factor for inconvenience. So, the paragraph which contains this information is B. So have you understood how to get the answers correct for these questions, guys? All you need to do is analyze all the statements first, look for NB, and then proceed to read the paragraphs one after the other and go back to the statements and match them. Very simple. Often students miss the score in this because they are unable to follow this simple methodology. So what they do is they read one statement and read every paragraph. So it is very confusing and it is obviously time taking. So do not do this in your exam, guys, because let me tell you that for the general training module, this question type is mandatory. It is seen for sure. So we don't want you to lose marks on easy question types like these. So the answer key goes as CABEDAB. So that is what we have discussed previously. So now without any delay, let's continue to solve the next set of questions which are true, false, not given. Now let me tell you beforehand that this is the question type which is problematic, confusing for most of the general training test takers, but it is not at all difficult. It is very easy. All you have to know is one simple clue that is already given to you, but maybe you have underlooked it, or maybe you have overlooked it, or maybe you did not bother to read that and understand it properly. So we are going to see what is that. Majorly the confusion is that what is a false statement and what is a not given statement. So let me first show you how to identify these questions from 8 to 14 in your Cambridge IELTS 14 general training test, and then we shall proceed to answering these statements one by one like we did previously. So this is what you will see in the second reading test, questions 8 to 14, and here you see the instructions clearly to mark the answer as true, false, not given. So without any delay, we shall start with the strategic process to answer this. Now again, just like matching the information to the paragraph, even for true, false, not given also, the strategy is quite direct and simple. It is a three-step process. First one, read the statement given. Now when we were answering matching question types, I told you to read all the statements at once, but that is not mandatory for true, false. All you need to do is read one statement, go back to the text, read it, and then confirm the answer. That's it. Very simple. So read the statement given, and the next step is you're going to mark the keywords. Guys, keywords play the important role here. The people who are able to do this properly are the winners in the test. There is no shortcut for true, false, not given excepting for this. Then read the text intensively. Most of the students don't do this. They just skim for the keywords. As and when the keywords are matched, they will confirm the answer. But we are not going to commit that error. We are not going to take the risk because we know that true, false, not given are compulsory in the test. So read the text intensively, read it closely, observe the meaning of it before arriving at the answer. So this is a three-step method that I always suggest to the students to approach the questions of true, false, not given. In fact, the same strategy will also work for yes, no, not given. Now, when to confirm the answer as true? When the statement agrees completely with the text, that is, the meaning of the sentence or the statement matches with the text. I repeat, You need to mark the answer as true only when the meaning of the text matches with what is given in the statement. And if this meaning is contradictory or opposite, when the statement disagrees with the text, then the answer is false. Guys, remember, whether it is true or false, you will still find the related context. But in not given, it is not the case. The information is either completely missing or partially missing. Students generally don't look at this part of the question because it's not given in the instruction. But what is important to be known is that when the answer is not given, why actually it is not given is because either the information is fully missing or partially missing. If you notice, this is the point that makes the candidate score a perfect 9 in the test. So let's continue by looking at the statements one by one, marking the keywords and following this 3-step method to approach the questions. Walking football became well known when a club featured in a TV program about the sport. Okay, so what is it talking about? Walking football became well known. What's the meaning of well known? Popular. So walking football became popular when a club featured in a TV program about the sport. So now what are the keywords here? Walking football, well known, when. That is the very important keyword. Please don't overlook that. When a TV program, that means at the point when a TV program featured about the club, only then walking football became well known. So that is the meaning of the statement. Now let's read what is given in the text. Walking football and netball have become increasingly popular in the recent years. So there is nothing about it getting featured in a TV program. They are telling that even before that happened, walking football was increasingly popular. But do you know you can take part in this area? The names make it clear what they are. Two of the country's favorite sports. Again, country's favorite sports means they are quite popular among the public. There is no necessity for it to be featured in a TV program to increase its popularity. Already they are a hit among the audience or the people. Instead of running, the players walk. It is as simple as that. Walking football was invented in the UK in 2011, but it was a 2014 TV commercial for a bank. It was not for a club. See, it was for a bank. Clearly, what is the answer, guys? False, because it was not for a club. Instead, it was for a bank. And they are also telling that it was invented in 2011 and definitely it was quite popular among the crowds. So this confirms the answer to be false. I hope you have understood, because the context is given, but it was not about a club, but it was about a bank. That's why the answer is false. Let's continue to the second statement. The majority, guys, words like majority, some, only, very few. So these are very crucial. So the majority means maybe let's say 80% or 90%, most of it. So the majority of walking netball players are men. So most of the participants who were participating in walking netball were men or males. So that is the meaning of the statement, and the keywords here are majority, players and men. Now let's see what is given in the text. So it brought people's attention. Okay, since then, tens of thousands of people, mostly, though not only over the age of 50, have started playing. So it is not talking about the gender, whether they are men or women. It's just telling that people who were over the age of 50 or below that were interested in playing this game. And more than 800 walking football clubs, both men and women, play walking football. So both the genders play this game, but at the moment the netball teams consist only of women. So what are they telling? They are completely telling that the game is dominated by women only. So there is no scope for males right now, but however, men are beginning to show interest. But what is the statement telling us? Majority of them are men. But here it is telling that every single player in the team is a woman. Okay, so clearly there is a contradiction. Hence you confirm the answer to be false. Let's do the next question. Most clubs, again very important, most clubs means not every club but many, a large number of. So most clubs arrange social activities. Guys, what is the meaning of activities? Something like games and sports, something like that, quiz competitions, all these are social activities. For whom? For their members. So people who have taken a membership in that club are eligible for social activities. So to participate in social activities. So that is what is the context here. Now let's read what is given in the statement. The two games are designed to help people to be active or get fit. So games are designed to help people. They are not telling whether they are members or non-members, whatever their age and level of fitness. In particular, they were invented to encourage older men and women to get more exercise and to give them a chance to meet other people. Now this is a social activity, encouraging them to meet other people. But is there a context about whether they are members or not? No, they are telling that generally men and women may get a chance to meet other people, but they are not telling whether they are members or non-members. This is called partial information. Half of the information is seen and half of it is missing. Generally students confirm this as false because they think that when information is missing it is false. But no, when information is missing, whether it is the complete contextual missing or half missing, it is not given. Hence the answer has to be not given and not false. Guys, if you haven't understood it, please drop a comment in the comment section below and I would be more than happy to revert to you and explain this carefully. But do not descend into confusion, guys. It is very important to understand this. Now let's proceed with the next statement. Players are tested regularly. Again, a very important point here. Regularly. What is the meaning of regularly? Maybe on a regular basis. Generally, frequently, often. So players are tested regularly to measure the changes in their fitness. Okay. So what are the keywords here? Players, tested regularly, changes and fitness. If you mark the right keywords, definitely you're going to get the right answers. No doubt about it. Now let's read. Many players have given up a sport either through age or injury and can now take it up again. So nothing about whether they are tested regularly or not. They are great ways for people to enjoy a sport they used to play and love and keep active at the same time. So they are telling that because of these sports they can maintain their fitness, but are they telling anywhere that they are tested for their fitness? Is there any word or synonym which conveys the meaning of tested regularly? No. Again, the answer is not given because the context relating to this particular statement is completely not seen in the passage. So now let's continue with the next statement. People who have never played. People who have never, that is a very important word there. People who have never played football, that is they are freshers. First time players, I must say. So people who have never played football are encouraged to play walking football. That means it's not just for experienced players, but it is also for newbies, newcomers. Let's read that. And the keywords here are people, never played, football, encouraged. Let's read it. Many players have given up. the sport. So given up the sport means they have already played it and then they gave it up. That means they quit the game because of age or injury. So just now we have read this and now can now take it up again. But do we want that context? No. We are looking for a context that says never played. If you don't circle never as the keyword, you are not going to get the right meaning. Now let's continue. There are great ways for people to enjoy a sport. They used to play. Used to play means again it's not for the first time. They have already played it and now they are resuming their play. And keep active at the same time. Now see the context. Though people who have never played the standard game are also very welcome. Have you seen? People who have never played are also very welcome. Very welcome is they are encouraged. So what is the answer, guys? True. So this is how you will confirm it. Don't confirm the answer by just reading one sentence. That is the mistake. Now let's continue with the next statement. People can take part in the active lifestyles team sessions whenever they wish. So there is no restriction on the timing or the dates. So people, if they wish to take part in these sessions which are active lifestyle team session, that means they are organized by a team called active lifestyle, they can come and participate or they can take part in it whenever they wish. There is no restriction on the timings or the days. So what are the keywords? Take part, active lifestyles team, because it's a noun, it will not change, and whenever. So have you seen that? Whenever is the stressed word here, very important. Now let's see. The local council's active lifestyle team runs sessions at all the council's leisure centers. So they are running the sessions. So far we did not get any context related to the time. Come alone or with a friend and enjoy a friendly game on Monday or Saturday afternoons or Tuesday or Thursday evenings. Guys, don't read till here and confirm that the answer is false. Continue reading, please. Each session costs £3 per person and you don't have to come regularly or at the same time each week. See, they are not compelling, they are not forcing you to come at the same time. So you don't have to come regularly, means whenever they wish they can come. So this makes the answer to be true. You need to make it a habit to read the entire context before arriving at the answer. I can't stress on this more. So now moving on to the last question, last statement in this passage. The active lifestyles team intends to start clubs in the future. So here the keywords are active lifestyles team, obviously, start clubs, and when? Future. This is very important. The meaning has to be conveyed in the right tense. So we are just reading this. The last line of it says, our aim. So what is the meaning of aim? Objective, motive, goal. So our aim is to set up netball and football teams as soon as is nothing but not presently but in the future, as soon as there are enough regular players. So what are they waiting for? They are waiting for regular players to join. So far, because there is no compulsion, people are coming and going whenever they wish to. But now, what are they looking for before they set up a club? They are looking for regular players to be a part of the team. So the answer is true. So this is how you will answer true, false, not given. I hope you have understood the strategy, and this is the answer key. False, false, not given, and true, true, true. So this is the first section from Cambridge IELTS 14 General Training Reading Test 2. And in this we have covered which paragraph contains the following information, that is matching along with true, false, not given, with strategies and every single question in detail. So very soon we are going to come up with the second part of the same video. So stay glued to our YouTube channel, World of English Exams. Please leave a comment if you found this video useful and let us know what you have learned from that, or how useful this video was in terms of your IELTS preparation. Do share it with all your friends. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel World of English Exams, and do check out our blog at www.worldofenglishexams.com if you wish to see and read the entire passage before you come back and answer the questions. And we have already made a video, I mean to say separate videos for both the question types discussed here, which I'm going to give the link for in the description box. So do check that video out if you wish to get the complete information and step-by-step strategic process to solve this. So till I see you with the next useful video, happy preparation guys, and we are overwhelmed with your response, and the number of subscribers to our channel are increasing with each passing day, and there is nothing which is more happier than that, guys. Thank you so much for your constant support and encouragement, and we from the team of World of English Exams hope to continue and keep up the good name that we have achieved. So thank you so much guys, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel. Thank you.